Now moving on to the next step is, of course, step 2, and this is where you add the goals to your program. Goals are essentially what influencers try to accomplish while promoting your brand and what they'll get rewarded for. So a goal of a sale or a referral goal for sending people to your site, or maybe a specific landing page on your website. Doesn't really matter. Goals are entirely up to you. You can choose as many as you would like to add. But to start, and specifically on this page, the second step in the onboarding process, there are 2 required goals. We require you to offer at least 1 referral goal and require you to offer at least 1 conversion goal in conjunction with your program. But first things first, what is your brand's website? This is what we want to sign up here. And I'm going to use a personal blog of mine. It's the easiest example here, and we can actually set up a program using my personal blog, Outdoor Gear Reviews, as a good example of how to do this. Now, we're going to take some artistic liberties and say that Outdoor Gear Reviews has a store portion to it, which it doesn't, but you'll hopefully get the idea on this onboarding. So what is your brand's website? Well, I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And this is your base website URL that your entire program is configured. Now, keep in mind that if you have an HTTPS versus an HTTP, you need to make sure that whatever protocol it is you're using is reflected correctly in this brand website box right here. So I'm going to start now by coming down to referral goal, and I'm going to call this referral goal, I'm just going to call it send me traffic. Easy stuff, right? So you can select if you want to reward unique referrals from your influencers on either a site-wide level, or if you want to have them send their traffic to a specific page in which you'll reward them for. Now this is important because depending on what you do, you can really kind of dictate how your influencers are sharing your brand and what they're actually putting out there. So if it's, if you don't really care about what's being shown, you just want people to experience your brand and see anything on the site, you can leave this as site-wide. If you want them to go to maybe a new products landing page that they've just launched, or maybe you have a sale landing page that you really want your influencers to be telling their audiences about, you can put that specific page in here. For this demo, I'm just going to keep this as site-wide. So any visits to Outdoor Gear Reviews will earn this influencer commission, or a payout rather, if indeed that referral is unique. So not to get too sidetracked here, but we do have quite a bit of fraud prevention controls in place on Fervora so that an influencer can't just click their link a million times and get the payout every time they click their link. Influencer referrals, in order to be paid, have to be unique referrals. In other words, it has to be the first time that somebody's visited your site in order for the influencer to earn the payout that you are specifying right here. So this can be anything. Maybe I would like to reward my influencers a payout of 10 cents every time they send me a unique referral to anywhere on my site. Pretty decent. And I'm actually going to put that in the description here below. I'm going to say earn 10 cents for any unique referrals to Outdoor Gear Reviews. We'll just abbreviate that to keep it easy. So pretty simple. That's configuring the referral goals. Down here's the conversion goals, and this is a little bit more in depth than the referral goal, but pretty easy as well. So the goal name, I'm going to put send a sale. You can name it anything you want, but send a sale is pretty easy. Now, of course, like I said before, my blog does not have a checkout or a cart page on it. There's no store element, so I'm just going to pretend that the URL for this article right here, we're going to pretend for a minute that that is the checkout URL. Or actually, we're just going to go ahead and pretend for a minute that I do have a checkout URL. Say Outdoor Gear Reviews does actually have a store. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to this conversion URL, and I'm going to say, hey, the checkout URL for Outdoor Gear Reviews is this, outdoorgearreviews.com/checkout/thank you, and maybe there's an order number always at the end. Okay, so essentially what this is saying is that every time an influencer sends over a referral, and the referral reaches this conversion URL, we know that they've made a sale because you can't reach that URL unless you've gone through the process of making a purchase. Okay. For the landing URL right here, this can just be your default URL. So I'm just going to put in outdoorgearreviews.com. Pretty easy. The conversion URL, though, has one little tricky element to it. If your conversion URL contains a portion of your URL string that has a dynamic portion. So in this case, anytime somebody places an order, this order number is always going to go up. So of course, the next number is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and the next one after that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, so on and so forth. If you put this one URL with an order number in as your conversion URL, it will only be valid one time. So what you want to do is replace any dynamic portions of your URL with an asterisk. And this could be anywhere. So say we had our order number, just as an example, in the middle of our string. Well, all I would have to do is just replace those numbers with an asterisk. Hopefully that makes sense. The asterisk essentially says that there's a portion of the URL that should exist here, but we're not going to care exactly what it is. For more details, there's a more in-depth explanation down here in writing. But hopefully you get the idea of this. Now, for every sale, I'm going to select a flat fee payout to pay my influencers every time they send it over. So in this case, maybe I want to give them $5 every time they send over a sale. Description, I'm just going to echo what I did above. I'm going to say earn $5 for each sale you send over. Not a bad gig there. So there is my referral goal and my conversion goal. These, you can add additional conversion and referral goals after you've launched your program here on Fervora, but for the onboarding, we just ask you to set up one of each.